What is your love language?
I like words of affirmation, maybe quality time.
Yeah.
He likes maybe quality time and like actions.
Oh, he like acts of service.
Acts of service.
Yeah, I think a word of affirmation is like a very important to
That's
me.
my favorite. I love a word of affirmation.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
important to
that's
me.
my favorite.
It's like I breathe into it. It's just like how my heart and my soul connect to it.
Yes.
When I hear it, I'm like, oh, I'm good. When I don't hear
Same.
it, I'm not good.
Same.
Like
same.
it's okay. I know you're doing things for me, but I'm not good. I'm not okay.
Yeah, Dan will be like, but I told you I love you and you're perfect an hour ago.
Hi guys, welcome back to Tiger Milf podcast. I have the one and the only, the beautiful, the talented, the sexy Natalie Cuomo.
Thank you. What a lovely introduction.
God. Let's talk about the wedding.
Oh my God, yes.
Everything was perfection from the invitation card.
Thank you.
Sunflowers.
Oh my God, I love
Remember
you.
everything? And you and your husband's lovely photos. Thank you card is framed at my fireplace mantle next to my children and my future Grammys and Emmys and Oscars. So it's very special.
Yes, and you caught the bouquet.
I know.
That was so fun.
I caught a bouquet. Can you imagine I got a bouquet? I just thought there's so many girls, I just thought I wouldn't be able to catch it.
I know, and you got it.
Yes, thank God Leah Lamar is married because she'd be a monster. Imagine her. Imagine the bouquet with her. She's gonna get it, but thank God she's married. So
That's so funny.
I think if she was not married, she'd catch it.
Yeah, she'd jump in there and get the bouquet.
Yeah. So thank God I got it. It's
That's so
beautiful.
funny. Yes.
And I also saw you have your flowers preserved.
Yes.
In like framed. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. I was so excited about that because I thought it would take a lot longer to get to me too, but pretty quickly after. And then I have it like hanging above my couch.
I think it's
so
very
pretty.
meaningful.
Yeah. You've gotten some new tattoos since I've seen you.
So this one, I had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is plenty.
Wait, where? Ooh. I like it. What does that mean on the back?
花溪连夜发，莫待晓风吹 is a poem from Empress Wu. She's the first female, I would say, emperor. She's not a queen to a king. She ruled China on her own right for probably 60 years. And in Tang Dynasty, which China was the most powerful, where the Silk Road came from. Silk Roads, like they delivered all of the silk and the books and to the Middle East and to Europe. And so I think she loves peony flowers, which is right here. It's all about her, actually. She's one of my biggest influence. And she went to, she likes to paint the peonies. And whenever there's like the peony flower super bloom, she would invite all the best poets and painters to go write poetry about the flower and to paint them. So one time she went to this big place where all the peony flowers were, and then they found out there's a big storm next morning. So the flowers were not blooming, but the storm is tomorrow. And she ordered the flower. She said, you are going to bloom today, right now, at this moment, because life is very short. You should be able to show your full beauty before the storm come and take your life away. So it's about like 花溪连夜发，莫待晓风吹. The flower should bloom overnight right now. So your beauty will be recorded by the poets and the painters. So we don't have to wait for tomorrow morning. All your petals are blown away, and nobody ever know how beautiful you were and how you existed the way you are. So that's why I feel like there's no right time. The time is now. Do it! Sorry. Sorry, I just got emotional. Yeah. So that's what I'm like. You know what? Okay, right? Like. Be all of it right now. That's how I felt. Life is so short.
Yeah.
And you never know what's going to happen. So do it all, have it all. Fucking do it.
I love that.
I live by.
I love
that's
that.
what's on my shoulder.
That's really cool. That's a beautiful story too.
Yeah, also like, when he asked me where do I come, I'm like, here. So you can just like right here. No tattoo. Oh, okay.
I love that.
You need extra moisture because the tattoo can get your skin dry.
Yes, you definitely need to moisturize the tattoo. Yeah. That's so funny.
Asking the queen of tattoos.
Actually. I'm always confused. I don't really feel like is moisturizing.
I don't. It dries up.
Everyone says that it is, but I feel like it's not. It's like dry and
it's like an egg yolk.
Yeah.
Not yolk, like the clear part of the egg.
Oh yeah, the egg white.
Egg white. I can't say it. I don't know why. I can't say the word white.
You don't know why. Do you think in Chinese, it's in Mandarin?
Sometimes.
You do?
I think half the time I speak in Chinese.
Yeah?
I think in my mind in Chinese, and it sounds so brilliant when I say the English, my broken English accent. I sound so dumb. If you don't understand how smart I am, it drives me crazy.
Well, it's crazy because you're doing stand up in like your second language. That's so much harder. Like you're succeeding at this thing that everyone's doing in their first language, and this is your second language. Like that's so much more badass.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That sometimes makes me feel better.
Yeah.
When I'm not feel like I'm going at the rate I need to be. But I think I'm doing fine.
You're doing amazing. I mean, you're crushing it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's just comedy is so personal. I feel like we do so good, and sometimes something don't happen, and we blame ourselves for everything.
Yeah, I feel like I get so impatient about things, and I want them to all happen now. And then when there's ever any stale space, I feel like something must be wrong. When it's like. You can't be up all of the time.
I think so. It's like life.
Right.
Enjoy the moment. It's hard for me to enjoy the moment. I just feel like I'm so hard on myself.
Yeah,
I need to learn that.
I feel like I'll really want to work towards this goal, and I'll achieve the goal, and I won't spend the right amount of time
to appreciate.
Appreciating when I achieve it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
same here. Why is that?
We're broken.
Yeah. But do you think a Dan helps a lot with it?
With what?
Like when you, for example, when you achieve something great, but you don't take enough time, because that's what I do.
Right.
I do that. It's very damaging, because what's the point? You work so hard to this moment, and then you always see, oh, what else I don't have? What else I haven't not achieved? What else makes me a loser? Then just like, oh wow, I'm fucking amazing. I can't say that makes me sick to my stomach.
Same, yeah.
I'm just very Chinese. Like saying I'm enough is like gross.
Yes, yeah.
I can't do it.
But it's almost like that's what pushes you to be better. If you were satisfied, then you would just stop.
Yeah. And that's why it makes your art great, because I feel like for us, like when we're on stage, they laugh. We were like, okay, it works, but like, what can I do to make it even better?
Yeah,
but some people are like,
deeper.
oh my god, I was great. I'm like, some people, like when people don't laugh, they're like, oh, I was good. I'm like, no, they didn't laugh.
Yeah.
Maybe you were not good. I mean, not because you were not good. Yes, like that joke wasn't that good. But people don't want it. People are so woke and like so fragile about their mental health. They're like, no, I was great. It's the audience. I'm like, nah. No, the audience were great. You suck. I wouldn't say that, but in my heart, I do that to myself.
Totally.
If it's my real friend, I'll just be honest. I'm like, yeah, it can be better, but you can't say that anymore to people, because they're like, oh, you're a hater, or like.
Right. There are times where I feel like some audiences are tougher than others, but I do feel like there's always a possibility to break through to them. You can never 100% blame them. They're still people, and you should be able to make people laugh. Yeah,
it's our job. And last night, I think the first audience, we were so woke in the upstairs room at the stand. They were so woke. They were young and woke, and they had this like a little tiny Indian trans guy. I'm like, you're Indian, tiny, and you're trans. Like, what? Does your family talk to you? Like, are you here? I just do everything I say. They go, whoa. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me talk about why we can't call people ugly in America. So I just get them into my evil universe, and they come in. They're like, oh, they start laughing. So like I feel like when I was younger, when I just started, I was very insecure about they may not like me for many reasons, for how I look, my accent, and me being Chinese, and also my point of view. Then I realized it's not about agreeing with me. It's about just to make whatever I believe funny. I'm a fun. It's entertainment. Yeah. That's pleasing them is not comedy. Right. A lot of people fall into pleasing the audience. Like, oh, you like this? Let me take this. No, them. Like it works so much better when I double down on who I am and what I believe in. And that's why I love your comedy. You're like, I don't give a. I'm just gonna be inappropriate.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. I feel like, do you feel like you're like yourself on stage, or do you feel like it's like a different version of you?
I think I'm myself personified, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. the things I say, I don't think my daughter is fat, and but I do think she's very chubby, and I think it's cute. I love her unconditionally. Because I'm gonna make a lot of money for her. She will have a lot of money. She doesn't have to worry about people to think about her.
Right.
But if she's poor, it's just getting also fat. It's just you're gonna get. I don't have to say anything to you, but you are not gonna get the attention from boys. Same among the hot girl. That's the reality. But maybe that's what you want. But I'm just gonna be honest. Like I'm gonna make so much money for her. Therefore, she has her trust fund. She's not gonna need to worry about what. I need to find a rich guy, or I need to work hard to pay my rent.
Right.
But obviously, I'm gonna make her work in a restaurant when she's like 15, 16,
yeah.
17, so she can be a real human.
She can learn.
Yeah, to be a real person.
Right.
So she'll never have the life I had. She'll have a better life, and hopefully that help her with her self-worth, because I never want her to feel like how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Or how I have to struggle with my self-worth. So I think that's what I want for her, is that she is loved unconditionally. Also, I'm honest with her. I'm not gonna be like, I'll be like, healthy is the first, but do you look fat? Yes, you do. But if you like it, you feel comfortable, it's good. And don't starve yourself to look a certain way to please people. But do you have a fupa? Yes, you do. But some guys like fupas, But if you like it, it's good.
How old is she?
3. That's what I'm thinking. The thing I'm thinking about. I'll be honest.
I think that fat kids become skinny adults and vice versa. That's my theory. I think skinny babies become fat and fat babies become skinny.
Yes. So one of the joke I love most about dance is like he talk about people is like how do you think there's any way Natalie would date you when you were still fat? That joke was insane.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
And she's like, I hope not.
yeah, I think it's so funny. Yeah, it's really funny, and the thing about his comedy is like the truth.
Yeah,
and it's brutal too.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's like take the awful truth and make it funny. I think that was, I forget what comedian said that, but. Damn, I wish I knew the comedian that said that. Somebody else said that, and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we like that. I love your love story a lot, and I talk about it with you a lot, you and Dan.
Yeah.
So like I think you guys know each other as friends and interact on off. Did you ever know he had a crush on you? I mean, a lot of men have a crush on you.
No, I didn't think he had a crush on me. Like, we were texting and stuff, but he was like not really making a move or anything. I was the one that made a move.
What?
Well, yeah. Well, we were texting, and
I know. I mean, I know. Like you guys, I just thought I always assumed that he had a crush on you, but maybe it's difficult for him to make a move because he just don't want to get rejected.
Fair.
Yeah, because he knows there's no chance for him. Let's just be honest.
Well, there was a chance for him.
He didn't know.
I mean, it was like we were texting. He's like, we could go to the Italian fair. And then I was like, okay. And like we were just texting. We were friends. Mm-hmm. And then the girl that was supposed to host my special canceled that day.
Why? That's just like last minute. It's kind of a little too last minute. It's not a show. It's a special.
I know.
Did she had an abortion? Like, did she had a miscarriage?
No.
Did her dog die?
Because she realized she also committed to something else that the owner...
marriage?
The owner of a club had asked her to do, and she, like, valued that club. So I was like... Okay. I was so mad, but it wound up being a blessing because I asked Dan to host instead, and that was like the night we got together. So he got me like a card and like my favorite snacks and like a present.
What's your favorite snack? Trash food?
Yeah, trash food.
What?
Like white cheddar popcorn and like watermelon Sour Patch. That's what he got me.
Dan. You and my son can have the same snack.
Me and your son?
Yeah, you guys can be best friends.
Well, he's your favorite, so.
Yeah. He's a boy. My daughter is smarter and cuter, but my son is a son, A son is a son.
And then, and he got me, like, flowers, and then he like gave me and my mom a ride home because I lived with my mom. And then I was like, why don't you park the car and come in? And then we just like hung out all night.
Oh, you talked all night.
Yeah, we stayed up all night. We went to like a 24-hour diner, and then we just hung out every day.
Oh my God, it's like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Just go to the diner.
Yeah.
Be like, everybody, get down.
We robbed the entire diner.
Yeah, yes.
And that's how we started our careers.
We stay together every day.
Pretty much. We hung out like every day.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is he romantic verbally?
Yeah, he is. He's very like
in his own way.
Yeah, he's good with. He's romantic verbally. Definitely
He's
like good at writing and stuff.
Oh, he's a writer.
Like he'll write like romantic texts and letters.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. What is love language, or what is your love language?
I like words of affirmation. Maybe quality time.
Yeah.
He likes maybe quality time and like actions.
Oh, he like act of service.
Act of service.
Yeah, I think a word of affirmation is like a very important.
That's my favorite. I love a word of affirmation.
Yeah,
I mean that's my favorite.
It's like I breathe into it. It's just like how my heart and my soul connect to it.
Yes.
When I hear it, I'm like, oh, I'm good. When I don't hear it, I'm not good.
Same.
Like it's okay. I know you're doing things for me, but I'm not good. I'm not okay.
Yeah, Dan will be like, but I told you I love you and you're perfect an hour ago. I'm like, but you need to tell me every 5 minutes.
Yeah. I hope someone's taking notes. Yes. Did you hear that? What?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. So listen. Just listen to a common. Like I need to hear it, and I just do. It's just who I am.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I don't know why we're like this. Like I feel like something's wrong with me. He's like,
obviously, I know something's wrong.
He's like, I told you you're beautiful. Like all. He's like, I'm like, you never tell me I'm pretty. He's like, I told you you're pretty all morning. I told you I love you all morning. I'm like, yeah, well, it's afternoon.
Yeah, I don't remember when the last time he told me I'm pretty. I don't remember it.
Yeah,
I literally don't remember.
You don't?
No.
What?
I don't.
Don't what?
Nothing. I don't remember when,
The last time you were told you're pretty, jeez.
No.
Jesus, come on.
This morning.
Really?
Well, it's 1 o'clock, so.
Yeah.
So
I totally, like, it's just, I know it's not everything, but it's, for me, it's just something I need to it's like breakfast and lunch. Like I
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, breakfast, like it's something
and dessert
missing.
on a good day.
Yeah, it's just missing. Like,
yeah.
I have anxiety. Something's wrong.
Well, I feel like because I feel like another part is I feel like I grew up with pretty angry parents. Well, one angry parent. And so I feel like I always need to be told, like, everything's okay.
Yeah, same
like,
here.
when there's a quiet, like, we're just both like, coexisting and doing our own thing in the apartment, I'll often find myself being like, is everything okay? He's like, yeah, I'm just, like, over here doing something and you're over there doing something. I'm like, okay, cool. Because I just feel like the environment I grew up in was always like waiting for the other shoe to drop. So just like learning how to coexist with someone and knowing that like just because it's quiet, just because nothing's happening doesn't mean that out of nowhere someone's about to just like shake up your entire world.
Yeah, yes, yeah. I think very similar. I just never know what's gonna happen, what I would do wrong.
Yeah.
And my mom and my dad would be fighting, throwing shit, and I would do something bad.
Right.
Like sometimes it's not like I forgot to take care of something for like my younger sister brother. I just don't. I don't know.
Right.
I think that's probably why I need the words to affirm me. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, like nothing's about to happen. Whereas I feel like without the words, you're like, is something about to go wrong? Is something about to go wrong?
Yeah.
And I mean, part of me is like, okay, well, what if something was about to go wrong? That's fine. But I
need to know. I need to be prepared so I can run away. I can just like pack my favorite stuff and leave.
It's like part of being vulnerable to someone is wanting to know that like that everything's okay all the time.
It's hard for me to be vulnerable, and when I am, it scares me. It scares me because for me it's like for me to be vulnerable, it's just not me anymore because I have those 2 children. I need I need to just like it's like a huge risk I'm taking.
Yeah.
If it's just me, it's fine.
Right.
But this is different. Whenever I'm vulnerable, which is not often. Like I'm happy. Like my survival skill helps me to be strong, to be focused, and to be ruthless. But then at the same time, like your survival skill is gonna be a double-edged sword for you to find a true connection when it comes to relationships, because it shields you from being truly open.
Yeah.
Because you are ready to move and run away when something doesn't go right. But if you are not truly open, you can't really truly connect with someone. It's like a free fall.
Do you feel like when you had kids, you like put your guard up more?
Yeah. Especially I'm a single mom. I'm everything they have.
Right.
Everything has to be good. Especially my career has to be great.
Yeah.
Because I never relied on any man before I met my ex. He was doing well, but I was doing very well for my age. I was doing very well. I was taking care of my family. I was living great. And I just made a mistake. It's like I really moved to China and just started to doing acting in China and realized it wasn't good for me. I never wanted to do acting in China because they don't accept how I look and my personality. It's just they want to convey or into a certain way. Like everybody do surgery to look the certain way, to look wider and to lose a lot of weight, to be very skinny. Like if you see the K-drama, all the girls look the same. They are super skinny, super white. But I really wanted to promote the diversity for the beauties in Asia. Is that there's girls who are thick, like they are curvy and they have dark skin, they have big lips. They are not attractive in Chinese standard, but they are also beautiful girls.
Yeah.
But it's just one way. So I had to really change my look in China, and I just could not do it. I have too influenced by like knowing my worth in America, growing up. For this 6-8 years in America, I just start to actually liking who I am, how I look, being okay with it. And then I couldn't do it in China. I just couldn't. It's just, I don't want to become a different person. How can I empower the girls who look like me, who's never told they are beautiful or worth or something? How can I do that when I give up? When I kind of give up on my standard and what I fight for.
Did you feel like the acting was just so much more based on looks than skill?
For sure. And I was eating spinach for 2 weeks.
You're Popeye.
Fainting. I know. I was fainting. And they also are I was doing IV treatment to get my skin lighter.
Really?
They want me to do the surgery on my face to make my face smaller, like a V, but I couldn't do it, so they just cut my hair like this. And they use glue to have the bob haircut to go this way, so my face looks small.
That's crazy.
And I couldn't remember my lines, so I stopped panicking. I'm like, I can't remember what I'm going to say.
If you haven't been eating, your brain's not going to work.
Don't worry. We have a great actress. She's fat, but she's a voiceover. Who's going to do your voice? I'm like, wait. I don't have to learn lines. Like, no, don't worry. Just open your mouth and mouth it. I'm like, wow. No, I can't do this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, first of all, I find somebody who's actually pretty. They just don't have to do all the stuff you have to do on me. Just do that.
That's horrible that you went through that.
I can't do it. I came back to America to be an open micer. It's not better.
Do you feel like it's changed at all in China as far as the beauty standards or the way women are treated?
No, I don't think there's. Nobody's shaking up the industry. You just have to have somebody who's I'm beautiful the way I am. Saying that in Chinese culture is diabolical. If a woman say that, she's gross, disgusting, not graceful. You should never think you're beautiful. Say it, you're beautiful. If you are fat, you say, I look beautiful the way I am. That is your whole family will start talking to you. How disgusting you are.
Really?
You are not beautiful, and you should not ever say that. It's just our culture is so reserved that the women should not acknowledge their beauty and their how much they're worth. You can do it. There's a lot of women entrepreneurs. They are successful, they are beautiful, they are rich, they are great, but they just cannot say it. But not verbalizing it is very dangerous. That's why there's not a lot of women are doing a lot of things, because we are told to hide our ambition to be attractive. 三从四德 is the Confucius value that basically I think Confucius was good, but 论语 and the Taoism they is a part of the it's like a religion. It's like the Chinese value to help the old government back in the days to control the country, basically control the woman. Women's 三从四德 is like you have to listen to your husband, your father, your brother, and your son. That's, when you are a girl, you listen to your father, and you listen to your older brother. When you are married, you listen to your husband. When you have a son, when your son grow up, you listen to your son to follow their values. And that's the value and the virtue of a great woman, and which is completely psychotic if you think about it.
How did your family take you, not rejecting those values? Did they care?
They wasn't happy about it, but I was this way my whole life, so they gave up on me from the get-go when they found out that I would do whatever I want.
So that's horrible.
Yeah, I think I couldn't live that way. I couldn't live my whole life knowing that I'm not beautiful and knowing that I'll be lucky to have a man who want me, and my whole life is just to serve him, to make him feel like how lucky I am.
I think a lot of cultures have this deep undertone of misogyny.
Oh yeah.
And it's just something, but I feel like it's also internalized within women as well. And I feel like there's just such a camaraderie among men, and there isn't the same camaraderie among women.
I think so.
It bothers me so much that there isn't the same, support for women, because you're always taught to compete for men, and you're always taught to look to men and to get their approval. So women are already taught from birth to be competing with each other.
Exactly.
And so there's just always this undertone of competitiveness, and just it's just so internalized.
It's internalized, and we don't even recognize. And that's also why I feel like in a lot of very competitive areas that women don't thrive as much. It's just we are taught to kill each other, not to support each other and go up together.
Right. And I think that distraction of focusing at each other makes it so that we're not looking at the people that are treating us like we're less equal.
Yes, I think so. And that in China we have extraordinary females that they thrive. They achieve a lot of things in life. It's because they are okay with being hated. They are okay with being not forgiven by their family. Not all of girls are like that. Most girls they worry about what people think of them. Most of the girls, but I'm not that way. But I also wanted to really bring the value, be hey, it's okay that we don't give a what they think, because you are individual. The individuality is removed. As a woman, it's not about you. It's about you serving the men around you. Just you are not you. You are not a woman. You are a daughter. You are a wife. You are a mother, and then you are a woman after that. So that's just, I think, it's unhealthy, because you cannot be all of that. That's why, I feel like my mother, she always has been very resentful. She's a great mom. She's a good wife, and she's a great daughter. She gives. she took care of my grandma until the last day. My grandma lived at our house. She lived at our house. I love grandma. My mom was. She fight with my husband, my father, but he was an alcoholic, and she worked so hard, and she raised 3 children. She paid for everything. She took care of grandparents, and she's a mom. She gave everything to us to give me everything I need. But she's always angry and resentful because she was never a woman of her own. She never lived her life as a woman. It's just her life is about it. She got married. She started to sacrifice her life for her husband. She had babies. Now her life is about the babies and taking care of her mom. And then I feel like that's why she's so resentful. That's why women who are raised by moms who was never a woman first, we don't feel the love. We just feel it's see what I've done for you, see what I've done for you. That kind of, I did everything for you. How dare you do this to me? You have to become a lawyer, a doctor. If you're not, you are bringing shame to me. It's our value is attached to our moms because they gave up their life for us.
Right.
I didn't ask you to do that.
Yes. How is that something that you've coped with, choosing a non-traditional path?
I just felt like I'm not gonna make her, because I will be miserable if the best thing for me to do is I studied literature, so I have this chance to just get into Peking University because I did very well in high school. become a professor, which I love literature. I love to write. But I also like to express my feeling on stage as a performer. And I also felt like I want to be a personality in front of everyone to show that a girl look like me, have this kind of really unpopular personality, which is very outgoing as an Asian girl, to also be something that's desirable and a delight, rather than something you should hide and should be embarrassed about. Yeah. I just think it's my mission, my calling to put myself out there. It's not like I just love the attention. Of course I do, but it's but it's more to that. You know, it's more to that. It's not about me anymore, because girls don't feel empowered unless you see something exist. Like, girl look like me. When I was in China, when I was on Vogue, GQ, so you're just like, she can be on Vogue? She can be on GQ? Like, what? They were like, what? Then they were like, I look like her.
Right.
Maybe I'm also pretty.
But you are beautiful. Like, you are beautiful. And also in a traditional way too. Like, you're a very attractive person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted the girl look at me in China also be like, I'm attractive.
Right.
Like, I am attractive. Not like on Tuesday. Like, I'm attractive, period, you know?
Yeah.
I want them to have the confidence to be like, I don't have to, because I have dark skin, I'm not attractive. I don't have to put up with my cheating boyfriend.
Right.
You know, I want them to be like, I want to be like Jiaoying. Yeah. If she can do it, I can do it better. I thought that was just something important for me to
definitely
to show myself as I'm not like the ugly, funny girl. I'm a pretty girl just because I'm dark, I have big lips, and I'm annoying. Doesn't mean I'm undesirable.
Yeah.
I want the girls to express their feelings, to upset people.
Right.
So if there's so many people upset in China, then it becomes something that's normal.
Yes.
We are gonna be loud.
Yeah.
I think that's just so important.
That's awesome. Would you ever do stand up in
Chinese?
In Chinese, yeah.
I tried to do it in Mandarin Chinese for GQ, and they end up cutting out like 28 minutes. I had 1 minute left. So I'm like, okay.
Why?
I don't know. It's like they think I was too mean. I was making fun of my sister and my mom. I'm like, that is nothing. Yeah.
You're like, I cleaned it up for you.
Yeah, I cleaned it up for you. This is like a PG-13. And this is, I say, baby showers. Like, are you kidding me?
Wow. But you are you're making the moves, being in the GQ.
I'm trying to just like be me. And it's difficult, but I try.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is very inspiring. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to know, but like, when did you do your first open mic?
Maybe like 7 years ago.
Wow.
And I just I went and, well, first I went to do it at New York Comedy Club. It was canceled. So then I went to Greenwich, and that was canceled too the same day. So I went to Karma Lounge, which is on the Lower East Side. I don't know if it still exists. And there was like 10 people there. So the third one I tried to go to that day because I was like, I need to go to one.
Third time is a charm.
Yeah. And I bombed. I talked so fast. And then I was like, I got to do it again. And I went the next day. And I just kept going every day. I was thinking about it today, and I'm just like, you just have to love it so much to start. Like, because people always ask, they're like, how do you get into stand-up comedy? And I'm like, well, you just have to start going to open mics. But like, then when I think about it, I'm like, you have to love it. Like, you have to love going to open mics, because you have to go to so many of them every single day, multiple times a day, and you have to be just completely obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then it's not going to go anywhere, because that's really like how it happens. Like, you just go and you go and you go, and then you produce a show, you start meeting people. But it's like weird, like when I look back and I think about like this just started because I started going to open mics. It's
because
like,
you love it.
Yeah, it makes me feel more proud when I think about my career starting from nothing, being like, it really did start from nothing. And it just started for me like, because, I think dealing with negative comments and people always try to attribute your success to certain things.
Yes.
And then you're just like, when you really think about the beginning, and you're like, I started this from nothing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot about how like, I feel like a lot of like the power in my stage presence and my attractiveness comes a lot more from my energy than anything else. And that energy came from like the confidence I gained from doing stand-up.
Yeah, I think so. And I have a question. I feel like it probably be very empowering for people who want to do stand up. When was one of the worst moments in comedy in your career, pursuing just nothing goes right in that day? Just the moment you were like, oh my God, what the fuck I'm doing to myself? Like, is there a moment that you want to give up and then you're like, no?
Like a bad show?
Not just a bad show, probably a bad show, also a bad day, also like a bad moment of a week or something. Everything goes wrong, and you're just like, at the moment you're like, I don't know if I should do it. Then you overcome, be like, I'm doing this. Fuck it.
There's so many of those.
Right?
It's hard to pick one.
Yeah.
There's just so many moments like that where you're like, where you have to pick yourself back up. But then knowing that you picked yourself back up is like what gives you confidence. And you're like, I picked myself up from that. Yeah. So I guess I'm awesome.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's also feel like the moments contribute to your stage presence. It's like, I'm not just this pretty girl who's doing comedy. I paid my dues. Like I've been through it, and I had to really look into it. Like, should I just keep going or give up? And then I choose to keep going because I'm a fucking warrior.
Right.
And that's, I feel like when we fall and we pick us up, that you gain something from it. There's a certain light you have it when you are on stage being psychotic or just like saying crazy shit and saying things like it holds more weight. It's because I this is not catered to me. Yes.
There's almost a moment when like the audience isn't going your way where you're like, all right, I just don't give a fuck right now. And then you act like you don't give a fuck and it starts to go your way. Yeah,
because it's like, I know what I'm doing, like you're lucky to be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your energy on stage. I think the not trying to please anyone is very attractive. It's very hard for us to do because, our life depends on them. If they don't laugh, we have nothing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, is that as an artist, I'm here to entertain. And I'm just not gonna try to please you. Like, there's a lot of audience pleasing comedians. I'm like, oh my, I can feel it. It just turns my stomach upside. I'm like, you're,
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah, just pandering.
Yeah, pandering.
Yeah.
Trying to
I feel like people do that by being overly edgy and by being overly PC. Like, it's on both sides.
Yeah, I feel like they try to be overly edgy, not because they believe in what they say, because they think it's the cool thing to do. And that pisses me off.
Same.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't believe in that. You don't actually feel that way. You're saying that because that makes you look cool.
Like, I feel like it's become very hacky.
And it's the worst thing. It's like saying the N-word, like a chink.
It's crazy.
I'm like,
it's not.
You're not Chappelle. Chill the fuck out.
And also, even if you were to take away all the racist elements, it's like, it's just not orial. It's not like original. A new idea. It's not. It's not telling me anything about you. It's just not good. Because
the beauty about it is like, when it's authentic and original, people can feel it. They can feel it in their heart. That's why when some people connect, some people don't connect. After 20 years, they still don't, because they refuse to dig inside and be like, I'm a piece of shit. That's who I am. Rather than be like, saying the cool thing and doing the cool thing. Thank God I was never cool.
I know, same.
Thank God.
How do you write? Like, what's your writing process? Do you write on stage or do you write like?
I just things trigger me. I would say trigger. It's not a bad word. It for me, it's like it come to me.
Yeah.
Like speak to me. Then I write on my phone or my book. I just writing, and then sometimes it would become something came to an old joke I've been writing, and something come to me. I just add it to my old joke, and my life is really majority of my thing come from my life. Right, this moment, how do I feel? And then I would write something like right now. What make me feel? Yeah. What make me feel? What make me breathe is what I write.
Right.
They can be new, but I at this stage of my life, I really don't care to run it many times. If something new come to me, I'll go to as a like a Toronto. I just go upstairs and say something new to like a big audience. I don't care. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just I have to share. Like, listen, something happened. I gotta tell you guys. That always turns out to be funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then just let me just memorize this good bit for them so they can just know how good I am. I don't do that anymore.
Right.
It'll come out, obviously. I'm there to do my set, but something happens to trigger me, I'll do it. How do you like when you're on the road? Do you just like something? You do that though. I see you do that a lot. Something happened on the road and stuff, and then you just gonna be like, listen, what happened?
This is what happened.
Your luggage getting lost, like because it's personal. When it's personal,
right.
People connect to it.
Yeah. I feel like it is fun to write about things that are like actually happening, how they make you feel. I think sometimes I will get like random bursts of inspiration and write like a bunch of new jokes, but then I'll be like, when it's more polished in my notebook, I almost feel more nervous to bring it on the stage. Because when it's just an idea and you're just kind of like have feelings associated, you can speak it so much easier on the stage. And then when you've really made it kind of rigid in your notebook, it's like a little harder to bring to the stage sometimes. I mean, sometimes it feels more reassuring because you're like, all right, I know I have punchlines that I wrote that I can try out and tag it. So if it doesn't work, but then it's also like, I don't know. It's interesting. I like doing it in both ways.
Yeah. Both ways.
But I feel like it really takes like a burst of inspiration for me to like sit down and just write out a bunch of new ideas.
Yeah, I think so. I needed to have that rush of inspiration to write it. And then you write a lot of it. You write a lot.
Lately, I've been trying to like write every day in the morning, like write a few pages. That helps like get my brain going a little bit and like...
So healthy.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep up. Like I'll go through phases of doing it, and then I'll go through phases of just not doing it. Yeah,
and I remember sometimes. I remember I was on the road. I was exhausted. I was gonna write something, then nothing comes out. I was so scared. I'm like, I lost it. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I just have so much to say, so much to write.
It's just part of it.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like your brain. It's like, what is even going on in there?
Yeah, our brains are crazy.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, what's the next exciting thing happening in your life, in your career, and everywhere?
I don't know. I'm going to Australia. I'm excited about
exciting.
that.
How many days?
Like 10 days.
That's good.
Yeah, we're doing 4 shows, but we're trying to stay a little longer to like adjust. And doing Canada, just touring.
What city is he in Australia?
Australia, Melbourne, Sydney, and oh my god,
Melbourne, Sydney,
and what's another one?
Canberra. I can't say it.
No,
Canberra.
Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. Boom. Yeah, Brisbane. Didn't forget it. So those 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Trying to do some. Do you think it's healthier when you guys when you tour some city, to actually spend extra time to actually get into the city and get to hang out and relax and be in the city?
Yeah, in an ideal world, right? Like you'd be able to spend like a few days in the city before you perform there because everyone loves when you can make a few comments about the place. I mean, it's like really nice to understand the vibe of the people. It's so different wherever you go, and it takes a while to kind of just understand where the fuck you are. Like some places are just completely different. Like I went from Copenhagen to the next show was Tulsa, Oklahoma. I mean, it was just 2 completely different vibes. It takes a while to be like, all right, where am I? Yeah. What's the energy here? Like, I felt that Tulsa, Oklahoma was like very interesting to me because I was like, what is this? It's like, it's not a Texas, but it kind of reminds me of it. So I just feel like I like spending some time in places. And I also just want to see the world. I feel like very satisfied by exploring. Like when I'm not on the road, I get really depressed. Like I love being home because I see my mom and my dad and my dog, but I feel like I love my dog. I wish I could bring him. But otherwise, I like traveling. I like seeing the world and I like performing long sets. So I get very depressed if I'm not on the road.
I love the road, and I feel the same way. And I miss the children, but I also need to make money for them. But it was for the longest time I've been struggling because of my divorce, and I couldn't really invest on the children. I invest enough time and money to be in a city 2 days before. So I always go to the city the day off, and I perform, and I leave next city, and it's just been like that forever. I never enjoyed it. Now finally I got to actually enjoy the city, and sometimes take the children on the road.
Ooh, that's
so
cool.
grateful. And they're gonna go to San Diego, obviously. San Diego has the
San Diego.
SeaWorld.
Oh, it's so fun.
You guys did the Mac job, right?
Yes, yeah. Is that what you're doing?
I love the Mac job.
Really fun club.
I love the Mac job, and I'm actually doing the grand opening for Plano, Texas.
Oh, really? Fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about the club, so next time you and I can play.
It's the new. It used to be the House of Comedy Plano, and they took it over.
Yeah, so it's gonna be on my birthday weekend.
To see how they like changed it and
January 16th to 18th is my birthday weekend.
Ooh, that's exciting. Wait, what day is your birthday?
January 18th.
Okay, nice.
So
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, San Diego obviously is the kids. There's Legoland. There's a SeaWorld. Obviously, I'm taking the children with me. So, what is the difference when you are touring by yourself, and then now you sometimes you and Dan tour together? What's the difference?
I think I explore a lot with Dan. By myself, sometimes I'm like, you know, you ever feel self-conscious going places by yourself? Like, are people looking at me that I'm alone? I mean, no one gives a literally no one cares. In your head, you're like, what place is normal to eat by myself?
Yeah,
like,
I don't feel. Also, I have stalkers, and so do you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it make it difficult because I start like, oh, I can't die because I have to take my kids. I get lost in my thought and I forgot directions. That's why I did not explore at all when I was in was in Madrid for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Really?
My phone somehow wasn't working well, and I'm afraid if I go out and I can't Uber back, what happens to me? I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually not really brave in real life. I just maybe I lost.
I feel like I don't know. If I were in like if I were in Spain, I feel like I would, because it's just. But also when it comes down to it, there are certain places where I'm like, I guess I'm not leaving my hotel. Like, and it is hard because to go anywhere you have to Uber. So you're just like, I'm not worth Ubering for alone. I guess if I'm with someone, I am. But like, it has to really be like worth it. To go somewhere.
I really don't enjoy it as much. I should learn to do it more.
Me too. It is fun though. I mean, I do enjoy doing things by myself, and I know it's really important to do activities by yourself. So I want to get better at that.
Me too. I think definitely like a lot of. I think yoga. Hot yoga helps me so much.
Ooh, yeah.
And meditation is something I want to get into. Like a short morning one, a short night one.
Yeah.
I think those are gonna be so good for me.
Me too.
And like my calligraphy, I read calligraphy. I do painting by myself. That is like so important for me. So
That's
I'm gonna do a lot of in December. I'm taking some time off.
Yeah.
Taking, maybe 2 weeks off.
Really?
From my schedule in December.
That's cool.
I'll be
That's
home
exciting.
Doing calligraphy and cooking.
Wow.
Yeah, I love cooking.
Really?
For the people I love when I'm like not working.
Yeah.
I'm a good cook, but I'm a workaholic. So whenever I'm working, I think I'm wasting my time with food.
I have a hard time feeling like I'm always wasting my time if I'm not working.
Yeah, same here.
You
feel the same way?
People
are
talking to me and I'm like thinking about everything else. And I'm like, just like, what facial expression should I be making? It's very hard for me to focus.
Yeah, I can't focus. If I'm not working, I feel guilty. I'm like, you're not going anywhere. Now you're not working. It's done.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God, we are very similar.
Yeah.
We are very similar.
Yeah, it's you're Capricorn, right? It's Capricorn.
Yeah, I'm like, my birthday is like, my real birthday is January 21st. Did I tell you about the birthday scam though?
No, what is the birthday scam?
So I remember I was like 24, 25, 24-ish, and I was in China, and I went back to China. And my mom had this feng shui master just doing my birthday chart and things just to try to figure out what feng shui, how do I arrange my apartment and stuff, whatever. So I was looking at the Chinese calendar because the lunar calendar is probably like 3 months behind the American calendar, the Chinese lunar calendar, like the zodiacs, the 12 zodiac signs. So I was looking at my calendar. I realized I know my real my lunar birthday is 1989, December 26th, the lunar calendar, which falls into 1990 on January somehow, 2 months off.
Oh.
So I searched that day, it turns out that my birthday falls off on January 21st. But on my birth, my ID, my whole life is January 18th. So I've been celebrating January 18th because in China, even like we have a lunar calendar, but in school, everything we use is the American calendar. The lunar calendar is just for Chinese New Year to reference which day is the New Year. The day of the New Year is around mid-January, late January, or early February. So I'm like, Mom, I just found out that my birthday is January 21st. She goes, yeah. I said, wait. But on my ID, my whole life is 18. She goes, yes, I know. I said, why? What? She goes, oh, don't worry about it.
What?
I said, she's like, who cares? I said, I do. She goes, oh, don't worry, it's good. I said, why is it good? She goes, oh, yeah. So I went to get your ID transfer from the village to the city because I'm getting to the city to school when you were 5. So I found out that I can actually fill in your birthday whatever I want. So I read 18. Because 1 is going to, 8 is a lot of money. So 18 means going to make a lot of money. Which is, Chinese people have 8 in their phone numbers and 6 and 8. 6 is lucky, 8 is a lot of money. It's like, so I just thought that, I would help you to give you a better birthday. I said, what's wrong with 21? She goes, oh, 21 is 2-1, 1. 2 means son, 1 means single. So 2-1 means your son's gonna be single forever. So I don't want your son to never. I said, I was 5.
Did she really say that?
Yeah. I said, I'm 5. She goes, I don't want you to have a son to be single forever. It's not, you don't want to curse on your son, do you? I mean, I was 24. I'm like, Mom, I'm not even married. I don't care. She goes, you should worry about your future. So I said, so the whole life we've been celebrating the wrong birthday? She goes, it's close. Who cares?
I would literally lose my mind.
I couldn't believe it. I was so mad. I'm like, she goes, it's like a birthday, like 2 days off. It doesn't matter? She goes, also, the day of your birthday is my suffer day. Why don't you apologize to me? Because I was in labor for 3 days with you. Then technically you ruined 3 days of mine. I ruined 3 days of yours, so who cares? So anyway, after that, I start to celebrate my birthday for the whole week.
Yeah.
I'll do the 18th and I also do the 21st because 21st is my real birthday, which means I am kind of Capricorn, but I'm more like Aquarius, which is more like me. I'm a workaholic like a Capricorn, but I'm crazy like airy like a little Aquarius.
I can't believe that you were lied to about your birthday.
If I didn't ask, I would never know. I just Googled it. You can Google that shit. December 21st, the lunar, December 26th is my birthday, lunar, and in every year is different date. So 1989, it falls to 1990, December 21st. I found that. She goes, yeah, I know.
Do you ever think what else is she lying about?
I do. Am I? I don't know what else.
There's probably so much.
She doesn't think it's a lie. She's like, oh, don't worry about it.
There's so much, I bet.
Now you are open.
Do you know a lot about her life before you? I bet, everyone acts like everyone's, well, my mom's not very traditional, but I think a lot of people, they act like they're all buttoned up and whatever, but I feel like people, they're pretty dirty deep down.
Oh yeah. She blamed me one time we were shopping at Nordstrom and I was trying on this Gen Z jeans. I was trying to look cool because I realized I wore too much silk dress that I look older and sophisticated, but as a comedian I also want to look fun and cool. I'm trying on those Gen Z pants. She's just sitting there watching me. She goes, I said, what, Mom? She goes, don't worry. I said, what's wrong? She goes,
that's so bitchy.
She goes, it's not your fault. I said, what's wrong? She goes, don't worry, it's not your fault. I said, are you okay? She goes, not really, but don't worry, it's not your fault. I said, I just feel like I want to blame myself for a lot of things I did wrong in my life that caused you problems. I said, I don't think those pants are too tight. She goes, no, they are not tight, it's just too long on you. Or you are too short for them. She goes, you know that Mom was pretty when Mom was young, right? I said, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You were good looking, kind of. She goes, yeah, I had this man who wanted to marry me. He's very tall and handsome. But he made me angry and I break up with him. I end up marrying your father. This guy's 6'2", my guy. If I married him, you wouldn't have those legs that's so short. You would be look better in those jeans. But, I was emotional.
Oh my God. That's so intense.
I said, but I'm okay with it. She goes, you shouldn't be okay. Because it can be better. It's my fault. You should blame me. I said, I don't want to blame you. I'm okay with how I look. I can wear heels. She goes, imagine you don't have to wear heels.
How tall are you?
I'm like a 5'3" and a half, below 5'4", but I say I'm 5'4" because everybody lie about their height. Whenever I went to audition, a casting in LA, I was writing my name and my height. I have girls who are like 4'11", they say they're 5'8". You know, like when they say they're 5'8", I say I'm 5'3". It looks like I'm a midget. So like when I say I'm 5'8", it means I'm 5'4" in another. Like that's why I'm like, yeah, just say 5'4". As a comedian, I don't even lie more about my height. But like like for casting, like I have to say 5'5", because if I don't say 5'5", they think I'm tiny. So like yeah. Anyways, so I'm like, are you kidding? She goes, no, I'm just I blame myself because now you're a performer. You know, if you look taller, you'd be so much prettier. But
I think most performers are very short. Most men actors are very small.
And I just like, I'm okay. She goes, you shouldn't be okay with it. It's my fault. Why don't you feel bad that I didn't do better for you? I said, wow. Wow, Mom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just random. It's like then she just like, don't worry, it's okay. You have other things you should be happy about. I said, what? She goes, I'll think of something.
Oh my gosh, she's sassy.
I just, it makes me laugh now because I'm confident now. You know, when I'm little, I'll cry, I'll be sad, but now she's like, it's my fault. Blame Mom for it. She literally thinks it's her, but she's blaming herself.
Yeah, is she being passive aggressive or she means it?
She means it. She means it. And sometimes I would become so sassy, you know. When I was in DC with her, I got her to get a haircut at this Korean place in K-Town. Because this guy is like, he cut for K-pop stars. Mm-hmm. My mom is obsessed with K-pop stars like that. So she got this like really nice haircut. And she also have like little like balayage, like highlights. Mm-hmm. So she's having her moment. We were in DC. I was playing Comedy Loft. You guys did too. You did too, right? Yeah. It's so fun. And then she was in the mirror. She's like, oh, I look great. I kind of look good, you know. I'm like, she's like, I like the hair. The hair really making me look perfect. I think that's good, right? I said, Mom, your hair is not a problem. It's that you should lose weight. That's why, you know, you don't look great. She goes, oh my God, thank you, daughter. You are so honest with me. Yes. Oh, so I should get on a diet. I'll look better. I said, yeah. She goes, she gave me a hug.
That's weird.
That's her love language, is being honest, I think. I said, Mom, like, you know, if you lose weight, like the double chin is a problem. She goes, actually, yeah.
That's so strange.
I said, I can't send you to my doctor to do any like Botox because you are too fat because you waste the Botox. When you lose weight, you get saggy. We just do some.
Do you get Botox?
Yeah, I get it on my eye.
Really?
So I didn't do it until I realized that when I was breastfeeding, you know, you look down on the baby and you don't sleep. When you don't sleep, you get old. So I realized like I feel like I have like my eyes are like not as tight as it used to be.
Really?
So I got Botox, but not much, like baby Botox, a little bit.
Are you ever worried that like it's gonna not catch and it's gonna do like the droopy eye thing?
I get so tiny, like the baby, like the Botox, I guess like 10% of the regular dose. Yeah. So it's probably like mentally, it doesn't really do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do like a Botox.
Yeah. It's like I'm like so scared of like, you know, all of the bad things that like when people get it here and it like moves and they have like the crazy face.
Yeah, they do too much.
They do too much. You don't look like you have it at all.
It's like a baby amount. I think it doesn't really even matter. It's just for my mental problem, I guess. Right. It doesn't really work, I think.
Yeah.
I never want to get too much. I mean, we're lucky we're pretty.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
What do you think about people getting lip injections?
I always embarrassed about my big lips. So it works for some girls though. Like someone, when they get like the lips, I'm like, oh, she looks so much better now. Yeah. It's like a nose job, to be honest.
You think so?
It's like a nose job 2024. Like it is.
I feel like everybody has lip injections.
Everybody has it. It's like, it's lipsticks now. It's just you go there, you get injected, you know. But like I already have big lips and I don't really make it bigger. I don't know. Yeah. I have other fish to fry, you know. Yes. Like how to get my men to say romantic things to me. That's like more important.
How to what?
Get my men to say romantic things to me.
Men to say romantic things to
my
you?
man. Yeah.
Oh, you're a man.
That's like the majority of my focus right now. It's not my lips. not my hair extension.
What's like the most romantic thing, like ideal thing they would say?
Just be consistent, you know. Baby, you are beautiful. I miss you. You know, like I miss you.
Every few hours,
Yeah. I mean, at least like 3
what
times
timer?
a day. 3 times a day.
3 times a day. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, not too much.
That's not all.
It'll never happen. It's fine.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what we deserve.
Right? Like, do you need it? Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I need. I mean,
Yeah. And it's like you want it from the person you love. Like,
yeah, exactly.
People you don't know, it's like, okay.
Yeah, I have guys telling me that all over social media. Like, cool, you know. Yeah, they just say like, I'm like, I can't, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the only person I want to hear from.
I believe that people, like guys that say that stuff on social media, like they have probably like 100 people that they're commenting this to every day. Yeah,
it's just a copy paste.
It's just a copy paste. Like, and I also believe that if someone's sliding into your DMs, they're also sliding into like a ton of other people's DMs.
Exactly.
It's never like, oh, I'm so special. He slid into my DMs. Like, no, bitch, he's sliding into a million DMs. That's what he does.
Yeah, he is a copy paste.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, it's a tough world out there.
It is tough.
Yeah.
Well, you would take what we can get, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll try to. Yeah.
But you got the bouquet. You're gonna get married in 2026.
Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully. Where can we find you?
You can find me on my website, nataliecuomo.com. It's on social media at Natalie Cuomo _ on Instagram and at Natalie Cuomo on everything else.
Natalie Cuomo, whoever have that Instagram, I'm going to be talking to you.
It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand.
I have to talk to her.
I know.
You don't need it.
No, she really doesn't.
You don't, honey.
She doesn't need it.
I call it a bouquet, and it's my responsibility to stalk her and just like,
no.
I can make her food. I can give her dumplings.
I don't know what to say to her because I feel like I have one shot, and I'm afraid to shoot it.
I mean, see what we can do. We can maybe Chinese food. It could be the answer for it.
Maybe.
I just make it beautiful for her.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to the girl.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Natalie Cuomo, you are so beautiful. I miss you.
I love you.
Yeah.
You're beautiful, and I miss you too.
We did it.